Here's how to make $30,000 a month with this one simple digital product trick. And no, this is not clickbait. Yes, I really do make $30,000 a month with my digital products, and I use this exact trick that I'm about to show you. And if you're someone who is like proof, receipts, you can go to my Instagram account. I share my income reports there all the time. I'll put a link for my Instagram account underneath this video so that you can check it out. Okay, so I'm going to turn on this window. There you go. So that you can see and I can walk you through this, because this is actually really simple. And if you've already started trying to sell digital products and you're like stuck with your sales and you can't break past that 2K, 5K, or 10K plateau, this is going to be really helpful for you. And if you're brand new to digital products and you don't know what you're doing, this is also going to be really helpful for you too as well. Okay, I'm going to move this out the way just a little bit. Okay, so in order to make, let's just say $1, to make anything online, you need a couple of things first. One is you have to have a no-brainer digital product. So I'm just going to pretend like this is a computer and this is going to be your digital product. Okay. And I say no-brainer because most people are creating the wrong digital products, first of all. When I say wrong, I mean they're creating like the cute stuff. They go on Etsy and they find the best sellers and they find something that's cute or that they see someone else creating and being successful with, and they try to copy it. But then it doesn't work for them the way that it works for someone else. And there's a reason for that. One, you should be selling a digital product using your own personal knowledge and experience, okay? God made each of us unique for a reason. He gave each and every one of us our own personal experiences so that we can help other people. And if you're trying to copy someone else's story, someone else's testimonial, and someone else's offer, you're doing a disservice, not only to yourself, but the people that you are called and meant to serve. Okay, because that's what your digital product is. And I think a lot of people forget that. Like, you're not just here to make money and make a better future for your family. You're here because God has allowed you to go through something or to experience something, to accomplish something, to overcome something so that you can help someone else. And your digital product is how you deliver all of that information, all of that goodness to someone else, that solution as a service to someone else to help them get through what you're meant to help them get through. Okay, so I just wanted to make that very clear. So your digital product has to be a no-brainer, and you're going to pull that from your own unique experiences. Okay, so step number one, digital product has to be a no-brainer. Then the next thing that you have to have in order to make anything online with digital products is you have to have a way to market it and drive traffic. And for me, I'm really good with Instagram. Okay, social media can be very powerful, and don't feel like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be that mom that's on social media. I get that, because I was that way at first and I avoided social media for 7 years. I tried to sell digital products without social media and it kept me stuck under $2,000 a month. That's the most I ever made trying to sell digital products without sending traffic. You need traffic in order to sell your digital products, and that's what makes social media so powerful. Okay, so you have to have traffic, which is going to come from, and I don't use paid ads. I only use free organic traffic through Instagram. And you can do this with whichever platform you're already familiar with. So Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, it all works the same. But you have to have traffic to your digital products, because when you send, let's do it like this. You have this person, then you have your offer, whatever that is, whether that's a course. Yes, courses are digital products. That's a conversation for another day. Courses, ebooks, a template, a download, a printable, a video, whatever it is, it's a digital product. That traffic here is what's going to send people to your digital product. And then from there, that is what is going to actually make the sale. Okay, so let's break this down so that you can see what that looks like, because most of you may already know what we just went over above. So how do you make $30,000 a month with a digital product? Now, this is where most people get it wrong. I see people do it one of two ways, sometimes both. One is they list all of these digital products in their store, right? Like they'll have one offer for $97, popular item for $4.97. I think we all know what that is. Then they'll have like all of these little bitty ebooks they make in Canva, and they mark them really super low, thinking that if they lower their price, it's going to get people to buy. But what happens is you have Susan here. Sorry, Susan. You have Susan here. I guess she's a lady. Susan comes into your store, and she is like, let's just say she is your dream client, and she would buy this $497 offer, or even this $97 offer. Like, they would be perfect for her. But what happens is Susan comes into your shop with your digital products, and she sees all these things, and she's like, huh? Which one do I want? Now Susan is frozen. She's reading the sales page of every single offer. She's overwhelmed. She's confused. She doesn't know what she wants. And so Susan leaves. Bye, Susan. And you lose this out. Very frustrating. Okay, so I see that happening all the time. All the time. People try to be a Walmart brand and sell everything to everyone and end up selling nothing to no one. Okay. The other problem that I see is that people will have just one offer. A lot of times it's 47. Sometimes it's even 27. They'll have one offer. And the problem with this is that it's really hard to get to $30,000. And you're with just this one offer. I know you're thinking, wait, you just told me you're going to show me how to do it with one offer. I am. Hold on. We're not done. It's really hard to go from 27 to 30,000 because theoretically, statistically, you need at least 100 views just to make 1 to 2 sales. And so where's my calculator? So you would technically need like 11,000 sales of that $27 ebook to make $30,000, which means you would technically need, let's just say you had a 2% conversion rate. So you would technically need 55-ish thousand or so in order to reach that 11,000 sale mark, which would be about 1,800 or so-ish sales page views per day, which, thinking about that, is actually not that hard to do, but there is an easier way with this simple trick that I'm about to show you, okay? So I'm going to add, where's my pages? Okay, so that's where most people get it wrong, is that they either, one, they have too many offers and it's confusing, or they have one offer and it's taking them forever because they don't have enough traffic. It's taking them forever to get to that $30,000 mark. So this is what I do and what I did to increase my income so quickly, and what my students are also doing to also increase their income so quickly without confusing their buyers, without paying for ads, and without needing a butt ton of traffic, although that is my specialty, by the way. But anyways, so what you do is, one, you have what I like to call an upsell funnel, okay, where you have a buyer who comes into your funnel and they buy the main offer. Let's just say that first offer is $97. And because they are a buyer, that means they have the mindset of a buyer, meaning they are willing to spend money. So they're not a freebie seeker. And a lot of times what I see happening, and this happens all the time, is they buy the $97 offer, and then they buy the next offer, and then they buy the next offer, and then they buy the next offer. And so what happens is, instead of spending $97, this one buyer, the same buyer, ends up spending $500 in one fell swoop. I see it happening all the time. So that's one customer, just one customer that you got, one person. Instead of spending $97 or instead of spending $27, they spent $500 through your entire funnel. So if we go back to the calculator and we do 500, if just one person every day, don't tell me you can't find one buyer every single day. There's like 1 billion people on Instagram every single day. So one buyer spends $500 times 30 every day. That's $15,000 a month. Now, let's say that you do that same thing, but you get 2 buyers. That's 500 times 2 equals 1,000. You see where I'm going with this? 1,000 times 30, you do that every day for an entire month. That's your $30,000. So simple. Like I said, I do this all the time. I'll put a screenshot here on the screen for you so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But that is the easiest and quickest way to scale your digital products, okay? So you have one, and this way works so well because You have the one main offer, whether it's 97 or 27 or 47, doesn't really matter. It works the same regardless of what the price of your digital product is. But what happens is on Instagram, you're posting reels, right? Which is getting the attention of all these people. Susan and her friends and Michael and John and all these people that you're attracting on Instagram. And you're sending every single one of them to the one main offer. Every single one. All of this traffic and all of these eyes are going to this one main offer. And you're going to make sales. Like, it's statistically, it's numbers. Numbers don't lie. You're going to make sales. And at least one of those people, if not 2, 3, 4, or 5, this is how I stack sales so easily, they're going to buy all of those upsells. And someone is going to end up spending way more. And it's easier to stack and increase your sales when you're making $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 every single day, instead of trying to only sell the one $27 offer, or instead of trying to send traffic all of these different ways, this one to this offer, this one to this offer, this one to that offer, this one to that offer, that one. Because now, whereas instead of getting, let me show you, if you try to send too many people to too many offers, let's just say you have a reel that got 300 views, okay? Let's be realistic here. Let's say your reel, let's do blue. Let's try to keep things consistent. Let's say your reel got 300 views and there's 300 people commenting, and you have all of these offers in your store, and you're sending some people here, 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 and some people here. Because you have all these offers listed in your store and everyone is confused as heck. 300 views divided by, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 37.5, let's just say, sales page views for offer. But statistically, you need 100, at least 100, to make 1 to 2 sales. So you just drove all this traffic and statistically may have not even made one single sale. Whereas if you had done it the other way, you had sent all 300 views to that one offer, that's 300 views. And statistically, you should have made anywhere between 3 to 6 sales. You're more likely to make not just the sale every single day, but you're more likely to hit that $500 and $1,000 mark from your upsells. Okay, so that's why I do it this way. Super quick, it's super easy, and it does not take you long to set up. Now, here's where most people get this wrong though, is going back to this, where they have the Walmart or Amazon, whatever you want to call it, where you're trying to sell everything to everyone. You get someone in here and they buy the first offer, but they go to the next one and it's, let's say the first offer is, trying to pick the most randomest thing. Let's say the first offer is how to homeschool your kids. Then they get to the second offer, and the second offer is how to change the oil in your car. They're going to be like, what? Why do I need that? I don't care about that. They're not going to buy. They're going to back out. They're not going to be interested in anything else you have to offer because it's so off the wall and irrelevant. So it does have to follow a very consistent and very specific flow. It has to make sense. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And that's where I see a lot of people get it wrong. They're like, oh, well, I'm passionate about this, so I'm going to put this offer there. But I also know how to do this thing, and I'm really good at it. And I love to talk about it, so I'm going to put that there too. Maybe someone will buy it. No. Sorry, it doesn't work like that. You have to pick one thing that you're going to focus on, and each offer needs to complement the other one. It needs to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, like, you're just wasting your time and you're wasting everyone else's time. Okay, so very simple. One offer. I guess I should put main. One main offer. Okay, and again, it can be a course, it can be an ebook, it can be a template, it could be a combination of those things. Doesn't matter. One main offer. Send a butt ton of traffic. Then you need one sale, $500, and that makes $15K a month, or 2 sales at $500 a day, and that makes $30K a month. Okay, so very short, very simple. Don't overcomplicate it. I see this all the time where I have clients, and this is gonna be real talk. I see clients all the time who come to me and they've tried this, that, and the other. They've tried all these different things and nothing worked. And I look at their systems and I look at their offers and everything is overly complicated. And then they look at mine and they're like, this is so simple. And I'm like, yeah. Because I think what happens is in our brains, we think, oh, that looks really hard to do. It looks really hard to get to 30K a month. So it must be really complicated. So I'm going to be overly creative to try and compensate for my lack of understanding and make things way harder than what they need to be. When it's the simple things. Simple not only sales, simple also scales, okay? So inside, and again, this is, you guys know, if you've been watching me, I do talk about my offers and they're not required. Like they're completely optional. But if you're someone who is like, okay, but I need you to break this down so that I know, what do I actually put in these offers? What do I actually put on these sales pages? How do I sell something to someone else without being salesy? How do I get someone to buy one offer and then immediately turn around and buy the other one without feeling icky? Because I get it. There are certain words that you can use that empowers these buyers to buy without being salesy, without being slimy, and in a way that positions your offers as you serving, because that's what you are doing. You are serving your audience with digital products that save them time, save them headache, save them so much grief, because you are literally providing the shortcut for them. So if you're someone who's like, I need that broken down for me, because I'm the same way. This is why I draw on screen for you guys, because I like to see things and I like it broken down step by step. I have my passive social sales course linked below this video, and inside there is an actual lesson where I walk you through how to use upsells, and it's the exact same upsell process that I used to literally go from 5K months, and the next month I hit 11K, and the next month I hit 20K, and then next month I hit 40K in 1 month with my digital products. Okay, so I have that inside my passive social sales course. It is amazing. My students literally rave about it with how much detail I give. I should really charge way more than what I charge for it, but I want it to be helpful to you, and I want you to take everything that you're learning from me and implement it, because I know you're going to do so amazing. Like, I know that you're here because God has given you big dreams, because it's meant for you. Okay, so I have that information link for you below. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.